Hi everyone, this is Deborah. I'm going to do a little experiment and I need your help. I would like to do a whole video of answering your questions about me. If you have any burning questions that you'd like to know, comment on this video and I will do another video and answer them, okay? And let's try to keep it as clean as you can. So this video is how I started my dress shop. I don't know if y'all have read that book, The 5-Second Rule. Well, I was implementing this way back in the early 80s. So here goes. I had a very successful business already, and everybody in town, in fact, I owned about 15% of the town because I owned a block of buildings in my town, and my children were, up in like grade school, junior high. So one day I just said, I'm going to start a dress shop. And I had no training other than my love of clothes. The reason why I had a love of clothes is when I was growing up, I think I had one skirt and two tops. And that is no lie. I grew up very poor. So I had to go to work early just to buy clothes, okay? I was a clothes horse. Once I got my job, I would spend it at Memco. I think that's what it was, at Fairfax Circle in Fairfax, Virginia. So I said, well, I got to find out where to get the clothes, right? So I called the nearest town, which was Tappahannock, Virginia. Pretty nice dress shop there. I called them. I forgot the name now. They're not in business. And I said, where do you all get your clothes? How do you do it? She goes, you have to go to the Charlotte Buying Mart. I go, oh, okay. So I called him and I go, what do I need to do in order to buy clothes? I thought you had to go in there with wads of cash or a checkbook. They go, no, we just need a Dun & Bradstreet number. That's called a D&B. So I happened to call up Dun & Bradstreet and they asked me some questions and they gave me a rating. I took that rating to the buyer's mart. I had a ball. I did. My husband went with me. We were in the Vazaret. Let me explain how it's set up. It's just this huge warehouse, many stories. And whatever you want to sell in your shop, you go to those particular little cubicles. And I wanted to sell Christian Dior and I wanted to sell really nice bras, right? Along with some updated Missy and Junior. So he really got off in the Vazaret department. I mean, he could tell just by going like this, your cup size. Yeah. They taught us, how to measure women for bras. So it was such fun. And I remember, I'll never forget, they served croissants, chicken salad with sliced almonds in there, and I think some cranberries with alfalfa sprouts. I mean, that was like, oh my God, it was just so good. My mouth is watering now because I remember we ate those every day. We took a plane down there to Charlotte. I would many times. I took my employees. If you work for me, you got a lot of perks. I took my sister once. I even have a picture of her in a suntan bed at the hotel. And I took one of my, I guess her name was Cindy Forrester. She was very mature for her age, and we were even able to go get cocktails because she looked so sophisticated, right? Because you want to put your best foot forward when you're on a buying mart. So I was very adept to jewelry. I had a huge market for my jewelry. It wasn't, it was a cross between costume and high end. And it was the kind of jewelry that would last more than a couple of days, right? And sweaters were really in the mid 80s. And I bought the most unique sweaters because we lived on the water. Like I told you, I've always lived on the water. This is the first time I'm not living on the water since I was a young lady. So yeah, I bought really nice sweaters. I had Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. I had really beautiful clothes. And I even opened up a line of credit for my ladies because, you know, some of these clothes were very expensive, even in the late 80s. Every one of them, everybody opened up line of credit. As long as they made a payment, I didn't bother them. No one ever shorted me or screwed me over except a rich white lady. Isn't that the way it is? Yeah. She came in and bought a prom dress for her daughter and never paid me for it. I mean, really. And she came recommended by one of my sales associates who's no longer alive, so I can talk about it. Her name was Anne. And Anne, you know, with Anne's recommendation, I believed her that this lady was trustworthy. So I bought this huge building and I cut it in half and made half of it for my other business, and the other half we worked on the weekends or after hours, and we remodeled it with Berber carpet. I went to the Williamsburg Pottery and got the most beautiful chandeliers. I had a lot of lattice work. I made a dressing room, and I had a very elegant couch that the husbands could sit at while their lady friend was in the dressing room. It was gorgeous. It really was. And a lot of the black ladies in town loved my blue jeans because I would have all sizes of blue jeans, and I loved hats, and they would come in there and just buy my hats. I even had shoes. I had beautiful cocktail dresses, prom dresses. I think my inventory, even the late 80s, must have been over probably 150,000 easy. Now, this is what I found out. On these buying marts at Charlotte, when they knew my D&B number, they go, oh my God, your credit is better than the most elite shop in Kilmarnock, Virginia. And I go, really? Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of astonished me, surprised me. I don't know. But I think I made a lot of money the first year. I had very innovative sales. My daughter was the one who did all the graphics for my advertisements in the local newspaper. I had a Midnight Madness. I don't think anybody had ever had that before, where around after 9 o'clock till midnight, you could come and get 40% off. I mean, I also had live mannequins in the window. I think, was one of the first people to hang the clothes up on clotheslines, on a not clothesline, but fishing line, and it was like animated. It was so cool. I had it outside, was landscaped beautifully because I owned a landscape company, right? And then I also owned the building next door, which became we rented it out to a beauty salon. Yeah, so I owned a little bit portion of that little town. So every day was Christmas. I developed a little crush on my ups man because every day I got to open boxes. And nowadays, people, these elite, very customized dress shops they're very, very rare nowadays because people are not that much into clothes anymore, and you can get pretty good quality at Walmart. But yeah, those custom little niche little dress shops for women are, I'm sure most of them are out of business. And if you still see one in your town, go and frequent it because the ladies in there work hard. I remember one cute story was I let my daughter run the shop. She was like 14, 13 maybe. And she left the money box when she went next door to get a drink. And I, well, I have to fire you. But, I hired her right back. But yeah, and I had a Coke machine. I always say, you've made it when you have a Coke machine. My son got very, what is it? I don't know the word, but ingenious. He put duct tape underneath where you get your change, and it would catch it. Okay, yeah. He was running a backhoe, about 11 years old. I mean, we were always surrounded by a lot of heavy equipment. And yeah, that reminds me, I was running a bush hog in my neighborhood, cutting everybody's grass for free because I just love doing that. But the times I owned my dress shop was wonderful. And I think I only have maybe one pair of earrings and one dress from it. Maybe just one, because something horrible happened, which is why we had to shut down our businesses. Something very, very bad happened in my life, and that's another story. So thanks for listening. Don't never be afraid to do something out of your comfort zone, okay? Because it may be the most fun you'll ever have in your life. Bye.